Night town, you're out. Night team, both units on scene.
220, approach 225.
Over. I'm trying. Hold on. Ow. Ooh. I'm trying. You'll be all right. You're at a hospital.
Go find your gun. Go find your gun.
Ow.
Charger 4-2.
Ow.
Alright, Ellen, you gone.
Shut up, dude.
Yeah, okay. Hold on, I'm gonna get some shots.
Alright.
You hear me?
Yeah,
Are you hurt anywhere else?
No. You gotta die.
You come in and get registered when you're done out here.
Good at him, dude. You can get that eye looked at. Pretty good. What's your name, Trash?
Zachary Goldson.
Speak up. I can't hear you.
Goldson.
Let's put him in the back of my car there. Larry's gonna hop on, I think. He's gonna shove him.
He's punched, man.
You got something in my eye.
247.
Hey, what the fuck is wrong with you, you stupid motherfucker?
You already got it?
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, you do.
We got an injured deputy. That's another felony.
Yeah. Hope you
you
like
got?
prison, bitch.
Easy escape, felonious assault.
You alright, son?
I don't know what. I gotta go in and get my eye checked.
What do you do?
Stab him something.
I didn't have anything to stab anybody with.
Handcuff
I'd like to
something
break
out
your
my
fucking
eye.
neck right now.
Go on and get checked out. We'll take care of this.
Where's he going there?
You want us to transport him up there?
No, I got
All right, okay. Your trine's over, dude.
I didn't mean to.
I'll take you copy your head off for you.
Yeah, that motherfucker's getting the welcome party when we get to jail.
You like that, motherfucker?
Take some charges off your state or something.
One of your specials or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, was he walking out the car? He took off, I guess?
Yeah, he tried to stab him with something, he said.
Yeah, he said he got him with something.
Got him pretty good right here.
Yeah.
I guess he took off.
Come what? Camera's on. Here's a pair of handcuffs. Somebody's handcuffs. I want to see if maybe he had something fucking. Wonder where he caught him at.
Correction, 870, stand by when you're going 24 right now, you're off the jail. 221. 870, officer traffic. 49,
Well, Larry called me about the assault, and then 15, 20 minutes later calls me about killing himself. Yeah.
From what I was trying to sleep, my phone ringing. And
What all do they have? Do they have sheets on the beds and things like that? Or
they do have a white sheet. They have a white sheet and like a little heavier blanket they sleep with. What he had back there, I have not a clue.
we haven't even went back.
No. Let's see.
We called for BCI and we haven't.
Larry called me the first time about the assault at 2:31. I called Wayne at 2:34. Larry calls back at 2:46, so you're looking at 15 minutes. From the time Larry called me till the guy hung himself.
I don't know.
Did you speak to the coroner at all that morning?
At the sheriff's office, yes, I did.
Okay. And did she ask you about how you were notified of either the assault or the hanging?
I believe she did ask me. I believe we were outside of the sheriff's office when that happened.
Okay. Let me throw some times at you, buddy, and tell me what you think of this, and speak to the accuracy of these if you can.
Mm-hmm.
These are a little convoluted. These are notes we received from the coroner. It says Deputy Meyer called Detective Moore about assault on CO Justice at 02:31 hours, so 2:30 in the morning. So you said you thought it happened about 2 a.m. We're not holding you to a time when you're waking up, but in that regard, she puts it at 2:31. This doesn't specifically say if she got this information from you or from Meyer, but these are from her notes talking to one of you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It says Moore called Deputy Bingaman at 02:34 hours. Is there a call you made to that person?
Very possible. Yes.
Who's Deputy Bingaman?
Our evidence tech.
Okay.
Yes.
What's his first name?
Wayne.
Okay. Deputy Wayne Bingaman. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that might just be a call you didn't recall making until.
No, I mean it's commonplace.
Okay.
Something like this we would call our evidence tech out.
Okay. That's at 2:34 hours. That one's not of critical concern at the moment. This says Deputy Meyer called back again at 02:46 hours telling, and this says me, Goldson hung himself. So these notes indicate that the coroner has taken this kind of from you. She's saying that, if I'm reading this correctly, Deputy Meyer, you're telling her Deputy Meyer called you back at 02:46 hours telling you that Goldson hung himself. And this says these times were taken off Deputy Moore's cell phone in my presence.
That's very possible.
About the times?
Sure, yes.
Okay. Are you aware of what time the inmate was discovered hanging?
When this happened, I knew. Right now, I couldn't tell you.
Okay. The times won't always synchronize.
Right.
But to the best of our knowledge, the inmate was discovered by Zane Shadle at 2:55 in the morning. This has a note, and the coroner saying that she took the time from your cell phone that you were advised of the hanging at 02:46. How can you explain that to us? Of that?
The only time I talked to Corporal Meyer, to the best of my knowledge, was over the assault.
Okay.
If he did call me, I know he called the first time. I called him back.
Mm-hmm.
Then the comm center advised me, excuse me, of the hanging.
Okay. Meyer never advised you of the hanging, is what you're saying?
I don't believe so.
Okay. Okay, and then any word on? Did you recall showing the coroner your cell phone?
I believe I did, out there on the sidewalk.
Okay.
Reference to times.
All right, and I mean, there's multiple, possible explanations for this, but what do you think would cause her to put down that you reported to her that the inmates, their hanging was reported to you at 2:46?
I couldn't tell you.
Okay, and I'll let you see the highlighted
Oh,
part right
that's
there.
fine. I know the coroner has misspoke and misquoted before. And it's very possible she did it this time.
Okay, see that? Sure.
And ask her for her recordings.
Okay. Yeah.
That could clear it up.
But buddy, you 100% first heard of the hanging from the comm center.
Yes, I believe so, from the comm center.
Okay.
If Deputy Meyer, or I'm sorry, Corporal Meyer did call me, I forgot.
Okay.
But to the best of my knowledge, the comm center called me and advised me of the hanging.
Okay. Did anything that you heard change or ring a bell? Anything else?
No. There may have been a few more calls to the comm center. I know I talked to Shadle, called the comm center back, but no. I mean, 258, Corporal Meyer was not aware of what happened.
Okay.
Kind of speaks for itself.
Okay.
Brown County Communications.
Please tell me he tried to hang himself.
Yeah.
I figured as much.
I don't know if they've cut him down. I tried to ask Felicia, but Jason, she doesn't understand.
I know which one you're talking to, then.
Yeah.
Okay.
I asked her 3 times. I said, can you advise, has the subject been cut down? Can you re-advise? I just finally gave up.
All right. Well, I'll put some muscle into it.
So, okay.
All right. Where's the squad? They still gathering members?
Yeah, we just got them toned because Brian wasn't sure how to really tone it. And I said, tell him, attempted hanging. We can't.
That's all it is.
I mean, so I don't know what's going on.
Hopefully he got it done, but I doubt it.
So, are you on your way back there?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm all involved now. So.
All right.
All right.
Thanks.
Hang up and drive.
Okay, bye.
He had the leg shackles on and transport belt, and there was 2 pairs of cuffs. And I really don't remember how he was cuffed, but I know that there was a pair of our orange jail cuffs that was with the transport belt, and there was a pair of chrome.
Any doubt in your mind that he hung himself? Is there any reason for you to believe that anybody else would have anything to do with it?
No, I mean, my opinion, you know, he just got in a fight with an officer. He knew he was going to get a couple more felonies, and he just said he had to get out. I mean, so I mean, obviously the guy's going to be probably a little bit suicidal if he knows he's going to prison for assaulting a police officer. So I mean, last time I seen him, he was on the ground, hands spread out, feet spread out, where they took the shackles and the handcuffs off of him, and he was talking to him then.
What was he wearing at that point?
He's wearing a blue like a pullover suit.
Okay.
So
he was on the floor at this point. I went to take his shackles off, and Zane was taking his handcuffs off.
I don't know to where I seen everybody exit the cell, but all I did see was them take him in and come out with the shackles. Yes, we went out. They put the male in the 15, and we came out for a smoke break. We went outside and smoked.
Right.
Came back. We were asked to grab the shackles
Yeah.
that we had already picked up and put in the booking room and put them in a paper bag for evidence for the altercation.
Okay.
We then went. I had went to the commissary room, which is right across from the holding cell, and got a paper bag and came back and gave it to him. It wasn't maybe 30 seconds. Shadle was kind of crossing me to go to the cell to check on him, and we were all standing there. Shadle opened the door and then proceeded to cut him down, lift him up, and then they placed him in holding cell 15, undone the shackles, and took property box and blanket out of his room. Then we went outside for a smoke break, came back in, got the shackles for, I believe Deputy or Corporal Meyer called in for the shackles to be bagged as evidence for the altercation. I went back there to get those. I walked back to the property or the commissary room to get a paper bag to put the shackles and belt in. And then 30 seconds later, we walked back to the holding cell that he was in. And CO Shadle had seen that he was hanging. We opened the door, and then things went from there.
When did you first get involved with the incidents of this morning involving inmate Zachary Goldson?
I was back in the jail with Shadle and Dunning, and we went back to get the shackles that he was brought back in with.
He's got the belt. It's a belt.
Okay.
It's a transport belt. They must have spun it around.
Transport belt would go where on this person?
Normally it goes around just like a regular belt.
Yep.
You spin the loop to the back.
Okay.
And then the ring is on the front that the handcuffs get through.
Good enough. So he had more than handcuffs, is what you're saying.
Right.
You don't refer to that as a shackle, though.
No.
Okay. So where you said you thought he might have been shackled before,
Right.
that would have been his ankles. Now we're kind of on the video. It looks like. Would you verify 100% he wasn't shackled from the video, or is it just it seems more likely not?
It kind of looked like he wasn't, but again.
Yeah, I couldn't do 100% on that either. Okay, but we got the transport belt there.
No, that's handcuffs. That's not shackles.
Yeah, you got the handcuffs.
No, I don't see any shackles.
Okay, so. Okay, and then I believe the day of you did say you thought he was shackled. So back when your memory was, I guess since your memory was better, there was a lot going on right at that moment. Is it understandable to you now looking though that he might not have been shackled and just you might have been amped up?
Yeah, it might have.
Just assumed he was. Right. I mean, at that point you didn't know he was going to hang himself.
Right.
So there was not a real reason to pay a ton of attention what might have taken off of him here.
Right.
Okay.
At that point, we put the handcuffs, the belt, and the shackles in a brown paper bag. And then, I think we came out. No, we came up front. I went outside and smoked. And then Corporal Meyer gave me the call and told me to put that stuff in the bag for evidence.
We went outside for a smoke break, came back in, got the shackles, went back there to get those. I walked back to the property or the commissary room to get a paper bag to put the shackles and belt in. Came out for a smoke break. We went outside and smoked,
Right.
came back. We were asked to grab the shackles
Yep.
that we had already picked up and put in the booking room and put them in a paper bag for evidence. I was back in the jail with Shadle and Dunning, and we went back to get the shackles that he was brought back in.
Okay.
Well,
I think there's only one point when you are back that way.
right, I went back to the commissary room to
Yeah.
grab a paper bag for the shackles
Where you going in right there? What-
to the booking room.
Okay.
He was grabbing the shackles that he had already wiped down and placed.
Okay. For what purpose are you grabbing those?
Larry Meyer, Corporal Meyer, called in and had us go back and get them. He didn't know we had wiped them out already.
Okay.
And he was going to use them for the investigation on the assault.
Got it. And after they got him in the cell, you're paying attention to justice. What's the next thing that occurred?
After everybody came up, it was around 2:30 when they brought the inmate in. It was 2:37 when Deputy Huff and Deputy Wedmore left.
Hmm.
Sarah, Bill Dunning, and C.O. Shadle went right out front for a break. They were maybe out there between 5 to 10 minutes, not that long at all. And Corporal Meyer had called in and he said he needed to talk to Zane. So I intercomed out there and I said, Corporal Meyer's on line 1 for you, Zane. And when he got off the phone, he's like, hey, we got to go get those cuffs. And I don't know if he had the cuffs on still in the cell. I don't know anything about that. But they went back to his cell when they went to go get cuffs. And that's when they found him that way.
When did you first get involved with the incidents of this morning involving inmate Zachary Goldson?
I was back in the jail with Shadle and Dunning. And we went back to get the shackles that he was brought back in with.
And when you say you observed, you said that you opened the door, went right in and lifted up on him.
Correct.
He yelled down the hallway first. How did the other?
They were with me. We were in the booking room talking, and we went to the commissary room.
Okay, so this wasn't like an official, I got to do a check at this time, you just walking by and looked in. Okay. Okay, why are you guys going to the commissary? Just common, do that every once in a while in the night? Okay.
Yeah, whatever we bring in, we can put in the fridge in there, keep it cold.
Now, why are you walking by the door and Dunning's opening it to the commissary?
He had his keys out.
At one point, he goes down to the commissary, you guys call it? She doesn't look in the cell, and then just almost moments after that, you and Dunning head down that way. What were you and Dunning going?
We were going to the same place she was, but I looked in and saw him hanging.
What did you decide to look in for?
I think it's just a habit.
All right, you guys just are going where?
We were going to the commissary room to get a drink.
Okay, so that's exactly what you just described to me, and that's what you told me in your initial interview. Is that a common occurrence? Just head down there together, just get a drink?
Yeah.
Okay.
We usually, if somebody's going to the commissary, say, hey, you need anything?
All right.
We both go.
Right. It's not your intention at this time to go check on the inmate for any reason?
No.
Okay. And there was no requirement to check him at 3 o'clock or anything like that,
No,
as far as you know? All right.
We went out front, as I told you before, just everybody's, excited a little bit. So we come out to calm down, and Zane smoked a cigarette. I went outside just to calm down. We went back. We were told that the cuffs and stuff that were taken off him needed to be used for evidence. Because I had taken them in and I wiped them off. I didn't think about it. I wiped them off with a sanitizing wipe and hung them up. I didn't even think about it. And so we went back, we bagged them up, and I just made the comment, hey, you want to get a drink? So we did.
We know that 20 minutes from now, Zane's going to find him hanging in his cell. I believe you go down there as well with him.
Yeah, we're going in the door directly across our commissary. We have refrigerators in there. That's where we keep drinks, lunch, whatever.
Okay. And I know someone to clarify again, who saw him in the cell hanging? Who was the person that first visually observed him?
It was Zane.
It was Zane. Okay. And how did he alert everybody else?
Well, like I said, we were going to the commissary to get a drink, and I turned around and was locking the door, and he kind of stood to the side while I was doing it. He just happened to glance in, and he saw it. So, and then I turned around immediately and saw it. That's me.
And you're going to get?
I was going to get handcuffs, and I realized, oh shit, I got mine right here.
Yeah.
So I turned around, went back, and handed him the handcuffs because we got him down. Because Zane said we better handcuff him because we didn't know what state he was in.
And he's already on the ground.
Yes, sir.
He's on the ground. And so Zane says we better handcuff him. You forget momentarily that you got handcuffs. You run to get some. 6 feet down the hall, you remember you got some. You turn back, use your cuffs.
You can see I reached back there and
Sure did.
I wear it right here.
Yeah. Okay.
got the door open, we're trying to get him down. Zane grabs a hold of him. I had a pocket knife, I grabbed it, cut him down. We got him on the ground. He said, get me a pair of cuffs. I started out the door and I thought, I keep some right here. So I grabbed my cuffs, I handed them to him. He put him on him, then he checked his vitals. He said, then compressions, and he said, hey, go, he threw me his keys, said, go get me the stethoscope out of the lab. So I booked up the hallway.
And you guys cuffed him for
Safety, yeah. We weren't sure what stage.
Obviously,
He was
you know,
already violent to one of our officers, so we're gonna take any chances.
And just to clarify, he was cuffed exactly when?
Right after we cut him.
He was down on the ground?
Yes.
Okay, on his belly?
Maybe kind of on his side, sort of.
All right.
Because his hands were to his back.
Okay, so he was easily cuffable position from where he was.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You recall being the one to say, we need to get some cuffs on this guy.
Right.
And you've already clarified to us that was for officer safety.
Correct.
And just clarify one more, where is the inmate when you cuff him?
On the floor.
100% he was on the floor.
Correct.
Is it possible they said they cut him down first and then handcuffed him?
And I mean, no. I remember Shadle telling everybody that for this, because he was like, I was worried. He's like, I was scared. He's like, before I cut him down, he's like, I put him in handcuffs.
Okay.
But anyway, Shadle had come out, and they said a few words, don't know what, and then he come to the back door, and that's when I asked him the question. I said, at what point in time, I said, did the handcuffs, when was they put on? He said, before he was cut down. Why is that? And he said, because of safety, our safety.
And this was Shadle you were talking to?
Yes.
Again, Zane Shadle?
Yes,
And you recall him saying that the handcuffs were put on before he was cut down?
yes.
Okay.
Okay, we're on there. Why don't you direct him?
Are we gonna start?
Yeah, we're good to go, right, Scott?
Yeah, we're good to go.
So first I try to do this with two hands. Yes.
With two hands, I'm not sure I'm gonna have the reach.
Cut. We got the dog in the scene.
Mila.
We'll put it in the house. Alright, it's fine. Just shoo her away. It's fine.
What?
We're still rolling.
Do I need to continue trying with two hands?
Yeah. Unless you think you can do it with one hand.
One hand could be a better chance.
Alright, try to do it with one hand.
Okay, she's inside.
It won't wrap around that other side at all. It doesn't even feed through the first side.
Go ahead and try to do it with best way you can. Try one-handed, try two-handed, try with your left hand, try with your right hand.
Okay.
Hold on to different items. Try to support yourself in different ways. Just try to explore everything that you can possibly do to achieve this. Then just for the record, you do have we measured him the other day. He's got a 6'4" wingspan. Okay, let's cut there for a second. And don't go above the board. You have to be underneath that 2x4.
Underneath?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because remember, that's a flat ceiling.
Yeah.
Okay, seems to be able to touch it here. Now see if you can pull that down with your finger.
Pull the discussion down?
Yeah.
Okay. Not any further than that, no?
Admittedly, we left you in about 1/8 of an inch gap.
Yeah.
Because with the escutcheon flush, it's absolutely impossible, even with a screwdriver.
Yeah.
It's still not able to do it because of how it's made. But go ahead and just continue to see what the best that you can do there. Now, if you had a sheet, obviously the goal is to be able to tie a knot around that escutcheon.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's tuck this in your pocket or something just so that it's out of your way temporarily.
Okay.
And now, right now, the test that we're going to attempt now, and as you can see, we've put some tape on the bottom of his feet just to give him a little extra grip because we didn't have metal to work with. We had to work with wood. We don't want him to get a splinter, so we used that as a bit of a precaution. So now you're uncuffed.
Mm-hmm.
You have access to the sheet, and we're going to try to touch as best you can to see what you can do.
Okay.
Don't go above the board. You have to be underneath that 2x4.
Underneath?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because remember, that's a flat ceiling.
Yeah.
Okay, seems to be able to touch it here. Now see if you can pull that down with your finger.
Pull the discussion down?
Yeah.
Not any further than that, no?
Admittedly, we left you in about 1/8 of an inch gap.
Yeah.
Because with the escutcheon flush, it's absolutely impossible, even with a screwdriver.
Yeah.
It's still not able to do it because of how it's made. But go ahead and just continue to see what the best that you can do there. Now, if you had a sheet, obviously the goal is to be able to tie a knot around that escutcheon.
Yeah. It's the best I'm gonna get that.
Why don't you try it with the sheet?
I'm gonna take this right off my neck though.
Okay.
So I don't.
And so while you're up there, here, I'll switch your glasses. You need these?
I do, I just.
Would you be able to perform the task without these glasses?
Possibly. It's hard to untie this while balancing.
Yeah. Well, if you want to get down and then try to tie the knot ahead of time, and then you can get back up there and try it. So go ahead, when you step down in the center piece only. Oh, I got you. Here, grab my hand. Grab my hand.
No,
You got it. There you go. Right in the center.
I'm just gonna jump.
Okay, jump on the blue. Okay. Now here's not easy. It's a little different environment when we've got all these. Best way you can. Try one-handed, try two-handed, try with your left hand, try with your right hand.
Okay.
Hold on to different items. Try to support yourself in different ways. Just try to explore everything you can possibly do to achieve this. Then just for the record, you do have we measured him the other day. He's got a 6'4" wingspan. Just cut there for a second.
I think it's safe to say I cannot get it.
Wait, hold on.
Okay. I can't.
Any observations you had about 5 minutes there to work on this? Have you had any success?
No, I was able to reach it, but there was no way to be able to thread the rope or the blanket through the escutcheon. Even when I took just like the tiniest piece, which wouldn't even be the full like knot hole, it wouldn't go through. So there was. I can't.
Any observations you had about 5 minutes there to work on this? Have you had any success?
No, I was able to reach it, but there was no way to be able to thread the rope or the blanket through the escutcheon. Even when I took just like the tiniest piece, which wouldn't even be the full like knot hole, it wouldn't go through. So there was no chance for me to be able to get that.